प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Sit down, everybody. Let's all stand as we begin our 12th session with the Bhagavad Arti. Put your hands together, everybody. Jai Jai Bhagavat Bhagavan ki है आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती. Everybody.
भागवत भगवान की है आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला.
ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला.
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, जग की मंगल के आरती.
पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती.
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला.
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला.
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन के आरती.
पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती.
पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
ये मधुर बोल जग पंद खोल, सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला.
ये मधुर बोल जग
Together everybody, if you know it, let's sing together.
मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला.
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
राम यही घनश्याम यही.
प्रभु की महिमा के आरती.
पापियों
Together everybody.
को पाप से है तारती.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की.
है आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
आनंद नंद गोपाल, हे
नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल.
हे नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल.
नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल.
नंद नंद गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल.
नंद नंद
गोपाल, आनंद नंद गोपाल. Hey! हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल. Hey Nanda 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 Yadunanda Nanda Gopal Nanda Nanda Gopal Nanda 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 Yadunanda Nanda Gopal Hey Nanda Nanda Gopal Om Gajananam Bhutaganadisevitam. Everybody together. Kapeta Jumbo
Paracharabhakshitam
Umasutam Sho
Kavinashakarakam
Namami Viganeshwara
Parapankajam
Sarvamangalamangaliye
Shive Sarvadhasadhike
Sharanye
Trayambike Gauri
Narayani
Namostute
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Devotees, please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. As we get set to start our 12th session, 12 sessions, sit down. 12 sessions are ready. Earlier today we did the discourse where Krishna gets married to Rukmani and the history in the 11th session, lunchtime session, their first child and what went on, what happened with this child. For the person sitting here tonight, as you are learning, those of you looking on, as you are learning about your Krishna, if you are finding yourself, I didn't know the first child of Krishna was kidnapped for nearly 15, 16 years. I didn't know he had children. I didn't know he had grandchildren. I didn't know so much about my Krishna. Then the Bhagavad is serving its purpose. The purpose of the prayer is to remind you as a person, when you say you believe in something, to start with knowledge, to present to the person the facts about Krishna and his work, what he did, and then allow the person to develop that love based on what you know for that God. Tonight, I want to sing a song. I used to sing this for these children. You should know this song. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari. Rama Krishna. Very good. Very good. Don't play. Don't play. Everybody who's singing it sound nice, eh? What the word Murari mean? You believe in him. You singing it. Like me, I did singing, make the children sleep. But just one word, eh? Not the whole line. When I say that word Murari, what it means? Imagine you are singing it and you're feeling it and you're saying it, but Prabhu, me, I know it means. Let me start with just that one word, and that is where we go build the whole Katha tonight. In this Katha, we will hear where he got that name, Murari, the history of it. As we learn more and more the innards of Bhagavad, and you are getting to hear some of the work of Krishna, some of the things we do, and we really don't know why we do it. Tonight we will continue in that trend. Put your hands together as we do Sumiran. As you ask Prabhu, dear Lord, again, for those of you that are looking on, wherever you are, again I get to hear Bhagavad. If that word Bhagavad refers to the body of Bhagwan, if it means by listening and learning about this text or the teachings of this text, it is as if I am absorbing and adsorbing the body of Lord Vishnu into my being. The purpose of this is to destroy the bad times, the hard times, the sickly times. Dear God, as I do this Sumiran, may you please accept my prayer and bless me. Redhi Siddhi Datta Siddhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Barambar Madana Kadana Kelalago Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavanam Yehu Mohi Varadan
Varano Bhasha Bhagavata
Jai Shiva Ananda Kanda
Bhutanatha Bhavabhaya Harana
Bhakti Vishaya Nirvan
Gauravarana Mangala Karana
He Braj Chandra Mukunda
Brajabhushana Dushana Harana
Katahu Bhava Bhaya Panda
Sharana Sharana Liyana Para
Jai 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 Jagadisha
Devata Shesha Mahesha Haja
Mahima Mita Beva
Vera Vera Janata Rahe
Riddhi Siddhi Data
Siddhi Sadana Varana Vadana
Sumiro Barambar
Madana Kadana Ke Lal Ko
Sumiro Barambar
Madana Kadana Ke Lal Ko
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. As we have been going from chapter to chapter in this 10th skand, just one portion, the all entire Yagsuva is only taken from the 10th skand of Bhagavad. It is a common error that as Sanatanis, we know some of the Christian story. We know when he was born, we know when he met Potna, we know Kalya, we know some of it. But when it comes to the totality of Krishna, his marriage, his troubles, like in this case with Pradyamuna, his first son, who his grandson was, how he did what he did, why he did what he did. Why do you celebrate the way you celebrate certain events? There seems to be a little gap. So last year we did the 11th skand And this year we wanted to do 10 skand for this reason, to provide the information. When you are doing Bhagavad Yagya, Bhagavad, the text is as if it is a handbook on bhakti. How to have, when you finish listening to a discourse in Bhagavad, if you do not feel something inside of you, emotional, something that, I want to do prayers, I understand Lord Krishna, I love him, I want to sing for him, I enjoyed it, the feeling, the sensation, then if you don't have that, then it didn't work for you. But it says how in Gita, it says how can you truly express devotion, which is an emotion, a feeling. How could you believe in something, rely on something, if you do not know it? So the first part of Bhagavad gives the person information, history, historical data. And when you hear the rationale, the teaching, the philosophy, it brings you emotionally closer to the Lord. The purpose is, when hard times and bad times come in a person's life and you are very emotional, imagine somebody dies or something detrimental, something critical happens, the person is able to associate the emotion with the need to latch on to Krishna. We enter into the 59th chapter of this 10th skand. Raja Parikshit, the person who is the listener to all these conversations, he is the grandson. This is long after the Bhagavad Gita. On the cover of your Gita, you have Krishna talking to Arjun. Raja Parikshit, in a timeline, Raja Parikshit is the grandson of this Arjun. So this is long after this existed. Parikshit wants to know, I have heard of Lord Krishna battling somebody named Narakasura. I heard you say, Guruji, in a previous night I touched on it, that Mother Earth came in the form of a cow to beg Lord Vishnu to come as what we would now call Krishna. But then I've heard that Mother Earth had to beg forgiveness in one of the episodes. She has to beg, and she begs him to spare one of her grandchildren, because Narakasura is her child and he is not on the righteous side. Could you please give me this information? Open this secret. I'm a little confused. How could the son, of somebody as well placed, highly favored as Mother Earth, how could that person come out bad? I've heard, we said it in the earlier session, that parents, yes, there's a saying in Western society that you make your children, but you don't make their mind. But the Sanatanis have prayer before the children conceive. They conceive 3 months, 6 months, 8 months into the pregnancy, where you're praying for development. If the mother is the person who does this type of prayer, the father, the responsible father, does this type of prayer, where you are praying, dear God, as the ingredients come together in the kitchen of the womb, and the cake, the child is being made, please put the right nature, the right nurture, so that the right outcome is possible. That the best product is going to come out and uplift my family. One good child uplifts. When we do tarpan, like before we have yag, and we're doing the shrad, and they're offering the grass, we do tarpan for 3 generations on your father's side, 4 generations on your mother's side. Please help these souls, please help these souls, please help these souls. One good child will uplift up to minimum 7 generations in a person's family. How then, if these are the rules, the sanskars, the benefit, what are you saying, Guruji? How could Mother Earth have a demonic son? He says, Shishya, godchild, listen. This is a very, very good discourse. It has a lot of benefit. Please listen as we join in these first sloks, as we get into the secret of this discourse, where Krishna has to fight the son of Mother Earth. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya. Come on, everybody. sing tonight.
Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah
Indraye Paraye Trita Hridaya Kundala Bandvatam Hridaye Mara Indraye Ye Nana Pino Bhauma Putrayatam. Everybody. Krishnaya
Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah.
Oh Shishya, at one point Indra, who had anointed Krishna when he was in Vrindavan, the name Govinda, comes to him and he says, "Oh Govind, I have something to tell you," as he's in Dwarka now. "Please, there's a son upon the earth. You came here to rid the earth of all the burden and all the macabre, all the darkness. And there's one person you have not encountered with. He came and he snatched the umbrella, the canopy that sits over Indra's head, that was given to him in heaven by Varun. He went to Aditi, that divine mother, and stole her earrings. He goes on the Garbhadan mountain and it steals the entire Parvat, the peaks of that mountain, where people would go to pray, to get solace, to get solitude, to feed off the environment on that Mandara mountain. He takes it for himself so as to rob other people. If you do not address this untold unrighteousness, untold amount of pain and suffering against good people, it will be unabated and it wouldn't stop. I have come today to plead this case and to apply for your help on behalf of all these people who is crying out, who is asking for help, but there's nobody to help. The only person who made a stance that wherever unrighteousness starts to raise and going beyond unadulterated unrighteousness, you are the only person who stands firm objectively, regardless to who is the mother, who is the father, who is the friend, what amount of gold, what amount of precious ornaments or spiritual ornaments, it doesn't matter to you. Unrighteous is unrighteous, and you stand against it, and for that I am coming to you today. Lord Shiva, if they pray to him, they could be unrighteous. Ravan prays to Lord Shiva, he gains the blessing. He gains the protection of Lord Shiva. Brahma, anybody call and ask Brahma for help, he sways with them. But you remain objective. O Kanha, O Govind, protect us the way you protect those cows. You who were once in that cow field in Vrindavan on that hill of Govardhan, today stand for us and fight this battle for us. Krishna listened to the pain of Indra. He saw tears run down the face, speaking on behalf of the human race, the animal kingdom. And he calls for Garud. Krishna, who is on the earth, is calling for the Vahan of Mahavishnu. And he jumps on the back of Garud. And together with him, he had married a girl by the name of Satyabhama. And the two of them start to make their way to Prayag Jyotis, the city where Narakasura, the name of the person, Narakasura or Narak, he is living there, he is ruling there, but he is unkept. He is disgusting. He has no limit. He has no respect for women. He has no respect for children. He will harm, damn, destroy anybody that opposes his way. So his people live under duress and they cannot leave. They cannot abandon their home. They cannot move or else pay the price. They must stay there. For every whim and fancy that he has, he's not allowing them to even move. Let's hear what happened. साभ्ययुरगुरुरूपाद्यं प्रयागसूर्यपुरयायौ गिरिदुर्ग ये शत्यातं ज्वलन्ति हे ज्वलधिर्याते जय भोले बाबा तव शरणं
जय भोले बाबा तब शरणम
जय भोले बाबा तव शरणं
जय भोले बाबा तब शरणम
जय सांब सदा शिव तव शरणं
जय सांब सदा शिव तब
शरणम प्रेम से बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय. They travel at bullet speed with Garud and the two of them on his back. They couldn't reach close to the city. So many different armaments and ramparts and different things to impede any attacking forces. Different traps were laid in the trees, in the grounds. Ditches were dug to stop any type of military attack or any army that was coming. They dug rings around the city, deep rings that had different type of water, different type of animal living in the water to eat anybody or anything that tried to cross that water. Now, at a further distance, there is all types of Mohanam, different type of, we talked about black magic prayer. Different things were buried and hung to stop spiritual work. People who had different protection on their body, now they too couldn't cross. People who were moving with weapons that had blessings on it couldn't cross. Those weapons, like the arrow in the archer's quiver, could not cross this point. Krishna reaches, and what does he do? He starts to mount arrow after arrow on his bow, and he destroys one by one all the fortification, all the different weaponry. As he's coming slowly, flying in the air, anything that was blocking good and godliness, he destroyed it. But while he is coming in, something is waiting in the waters around this city. A 5-headed demon called Mura. Mura is waiting for anything to pass, traveling over the water, so he will jump out of the water and snatch it. This is what he eats. This type of carnivore only wants to eat flesh and play with the bones of its creature, of its prey, play with the bones between its fangs. Half human, half serpent in nature. Mura is the holder of a lot of different type of benediction. He was a simple person that prayed to have his skin couldn't cut, his body couldn't be attacked. He would be impervious from different type of arrow or any type of penetration from weapon. So Narakasura hired this person to be the protector of this city. You did not need an entire army. This one man was sufficient. This one being, this one creature was enough. And he left him there. And he told him, whatever cross this water, whatever cross this forest around the city, use it as your meal. Feed on it and have your way with anything that comes here. Nothing should be here. And if any person tries to cross, deal with them. And in that way, making this deal, this war machine would patrol the area. The war machine now, Mura, is watching Garud, sharpening his teeth as it were, waiting for the opportunity. Garud is huge, very muscular, a lot of meat. He's planning, the 5 heads, the tongue is hissing, waiting for the opportunity to bite into the flesh. And coming out of the water, when Garud, he couldn't wait, when Garud is coming closer and closer, he comes out of the water with this dreadful form, holding a huge trishul. When that word trishul is used, people think Lord Shiva has a fork. But the shul, means the one pike, one point. Trishul, the artists make it look like like a fork, but in some cases it is a spike like this, not always in this curved figure that we see with Lord Shiva. This weapon is used to spin, and if while they are spinning, the side blade hits something or this side hits something, the damage is detrimental to the victim. Mura comes out of the water holding a trishul that is blazing of fire. He got it via doing prayers for Surya, and he prayed that whatever it touched, it must burn it totally. So now, seeing this Garud, and somebody's on Garud, I don't know who this is, but I'm going to eat all of them today. Let's hear what happens when this monster comes out of the water and Krishna sees this force. Raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, he chakra sudarshan vali. Raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, he chakra sudarshan vali. Tamaya patendra, gadaye gadam mriga, Karagrivo nirda, nirda sahasrasati. Raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, he raksha karo, he chakra sudarshan vali. When Mura jumped out of the water and he started to spin this trishul, Krishna blocked it with his sword. And as he twisted the blade, it broke all the prayer, all the different mantra, all this confidence Mura had with one twist of a sword. It didn't help. The trishul broke into 3 pieces. Indra was celebrating to see him in this baffled way. While she's looking at the weapon on the ground, Krishna pulls out his Sudarshan Chakra and he releases it. And one by one, the 5 heads of Mura is fallen. The 7 sons of Mura are standing on the side and they start to squeal. These sons, Tamra, Antariksha, Shravanam, Vibha, Vasu, Nashbir, and Aruna. They start to squeal and they start to jump. They rush at Krishna. How could you kill my father? And they start to let loose all forms of weapon, mace, dart, different type of arrows. Prayers being chanted in such a way. And Krishna says to Satyabhama, I've come for them. I am fulfilling my vow that I am going to remove the weight of unrighteousness and the burden from this earth. Raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, he chakra sudarshan vali. Tampeta mukha par yadhamalyam kritavash purusha bhujayatam varnayati. Raksha karo, raksha karo, raksha karo, करो हे चक्र सुदर्शन वाली, रक्षा करो हे चक्र सुदर्शन वाली। Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Sukdev Goswami says all the weapons that they had shot against Garud was equivalent to people taking flowers and trying to pelt an elephant. The same effect that flowers would damage that elephant, how much damage it would do. In the same way, Garud lifted up his body and protected Satyabhama and Krishna with his wings. And none of the arrows, none of the weapons was in any way damaging, harming, hurting Krishna. And one by one, Krishna used his arrows and he killed, without effort, killed all of the sons of Mudha. For this reason, O Parikshit, Krishna became Murari, the one who destroys this blessed individual, this great terror on the earth called Mudha. For this reason, people sing his glory, chant his name. When you are doing the 108 names of Krishna, when you have people doing Gaudan, when you have different moments, Murari is one of the names that it has to be pronounced in order to get the blessing, the full blessing of Krishna in your prayer. When a person has different type, complicated problems, when a person has different type of enemy and emissaries attacking, people are falsely accusing you, people are using different type of weaponry, their mouth, their prayer, spiritual, physical, false implications against you. The name Murari is something that is used in mantra and puja till today to nullify even that type of attack. From a practical perspective, this is how this form, this name is utilized by people till today when they have yag, when they have puja, when they have any type of issue. This is how your Christian prayer and these discourses, one by one name, Govinda, now Murari, one by one is applicable and useful in the person's life if they know what it means, if they know how to use it. Otherwise, I've been singing Rama, Krishna, Hari. I've been using it, but I never knew the implication of it. Why do I sing it? I didn't know. Distress. Narakasura, that demon called Narak, he is looking from the window in his castle at what is happening outside in the foyer. And he sees all the family of Mudha being destroyed. And he gets very emotional because these people, he depended on them. Narak runs and rushes outside. He attacks in a very emotional, in a very heated way. The son of the goddess Dharti, Prithvi, Mother Earth, is using every prayer, every weapon now to harm and damn these two. Not Bhagavad Puran, but this discourse is given in Padma Puran, where Satyabhama's discourse is given at length, who she was and how did Krishna end up marrying this particular girl. And when in that version of this discourse, it gives a little tidbit of why Krishna put her as a female, not a warrior. This is not Kali Mata. Why did he put his wife on the back of Garud to go and fight Narakasura? Narakasura, according to Padma Puran, is blessed by his mother that no male will destroy you. So Krishna picks her up and he says, I need you to hold the Sudarshan Chakra once for me. Do my work for me. And he took it off his finger. And the Devi, if you ever see Lakshmi holding the Sudarshan Chakra, this is how she got it. Satyabhama is a form of Lakshmi. And he gives it to her and he says, when that demon called Narak is coming, you just wish this weapon to go and attack him. How does he activate the Sudarshan Chakra? Who gives him the Sudarshan Chakra? Lord Vishnu went and did Shiv Puja. We are in the month of Shravan, and we are doing all the Lingam prayer, and we are doing all this prayer for Lord Shiva. But it was Lord Shiva who tested Lord Vishnu and gives him, as a result of the prayer, the Sudarshan Chakra, and he says, take this and go and battle. Use it in your fight. Use it in your war. Now the Sudarshan Chakra is on the hand of Satyabhama. Let's hear what happens in this verse. Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, Gopal, Radhe, Govinda, Radhe, Gopal, Radhe, 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 Govinda, Radhe, Sakunda he Charuyatam Bhushan Vaman Prithvi Putra Patitayam Brajayetal Halahetal Suputrayate Sureshwarnath Mandala Kunda Vekyatiti Para Ishwar He Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Satyabhama, Sukdev, the narrator, the guru, says she doesn't know about weaponry. She knows about being the dutiful wife, supporting husband who now is no longer a long time forget about cow and village life. Now he runs his own city. Now he's a true politician. And she supports that lifestyle. She doesn't know about going to war and the science of politics, the science of war. Now she has the weapon in her hand. Could you imagine if your husband be the police or the army or the prisons officer and he has a gun? And for the first time, me I know nothing, I have no training, but you rest the gun in your hand. Hold it, somebody come in, use it. And in that timid way, in that frightening way, because this thing is constantly in motion, and I've seen it cut things that are impervious, things that cannot be damaged, things that are blessed by God. I'm afraid it sliced my finger. Now he holds her hand and stabilizing this shaky hand as Naraka is squealing with rage. And when they went through the rampart and Naraka is coming for Krsna and Garud up in the air, all the soldiers that came out with Narakasura, Balaram is waiting and bashing them, destroying them on the ground forces. And he says, Devi, think of Ishwar, think of Shiva, and allow that Sudarshan Chakra to fly. When it starts to move, dip your finger. Allow it to bend, and it will go and do your bidding. Talk to it, wish it. Let it go and take the unrighteous. And when she did it from her hand, if you ever, in the world of social media, you see this picture where two people, a man and a woman, Krsna and Satyabhama, are on the back of the bird. And from the hand of the lady, comes this, like a, let me say, a circular saw blade. And it goes to the neck of this horrific demon. And without a second thought, without connecting one blow to Lord Krishna, all the weapons, all the different things he had prayed for, and he's armed, all the words he wanted to say, all the different mantras he wanted to blow and cause damage. Now, the axe of Krishna is so swift that he cuts down this mountain of a man before he could even inflict one blow. From the finger of Satyabhama, the female, he lost his life. His head, still with earring and chain and different fineries, lay lifeless now on the ground. And his mother, Mother Earth, comes out to meet Krishna. And in her hand has all the Vaijanti Mala, all the Vanmala, all the necklace, all the things that he usurped, all the things that he stole from different places, auspicious places, temples, the different things he would rush at. Somebody goes to a temple, in some places it happened. A person goes to a temple and somebody out of their goodness wanted to give the murti a piece of gold. Let me say a gold chain or something. Me and you might go and sit and bow to the murti, admire the beauty of the murti, and then there might be somebody who wants to steal from the murti. Narakasura is the type, he wants to get what the murti have to. And throughout his existence, he did that. He acquired by every nefarious means whatever belonged to other people. And now he is dead, but his mother has to account for what her child did. Sukadeva Goswami says, when you have a righteous child, that righteous child, as we said in the beginning, could uplift up to 7 generations. We call them, Garud Puran says, Putra, Putri. Put is a section of hell that parents that are negligent. God make you a parent, and he gives you mouths to feed and minds to mold, and you don't take the time to do it. You hear people say, I'm busy, I have this, I have that, I have the other, but that does not mean you can neglect children. If you don't have time for children, don't go down that route. Karma wise, you are choosing 2 different paths, but you are taking the time that God give you to serve one. Somebody else will hold the children, the babysitter, the caretaker, the URP person, somebody, the friend in school, somebody will guide them and teach them everything from sexual conduct, what is appropriate in relationship, how to act in your first day of your job, how to dress appropriate. Somebody else will teach them. I don't have time for that. I'm working, I'm busy, I am this, I have that, I have the other. But when you have a child that is lacking etiquette, when you have a child that is lacking mannerisms, when you have a child that has no structure for faith or proper behavior or conduct, the person who has to account for that is not only that child, but the parents that was gifted the responsibility of that soul to mold into a better being, a greater being. If a person is born, as we were saying, and they have marks, flaws upon the body, God puts the mole, he puts birthmarks, he put blindness, hearing difficulty, he makes some people bald head, he makes some people lame, he makes some people can't walk, some people are missing an appendage for different reasons. Those things happen because of karma. Simple, just to go over what we've been talking about. You like to lie. I went to court and I saw the guy kill the guy and I was lying. All right, don't worry. In your next life, you'll have an impediment. God make me. But where was God when he was making some people blind? How could God make somebody hearing impaired? How could God let that happen? Because of karma. Maybe when we're in the hospital and we see it happen, it's very cruel and crass to say in that moment, well, this happened because of the person's karma, you know. It might be hard to say it in that moment, but then when we are like this, we have to be honest with ourselves. You do bad, trust me, bad going to follow you. It makes you think, What causes a person? All of us are born in the same house, but some people, and I'm just using a popular one, I'm quoting Gerd Brand, some people have hair and some people don't have hair. How? And not only men, but understand that women are born with alopecia. People have cancer treatment and they lose it. Different medication cause you to lose it. And you ask yourself, what God doing with me, man? In your last life, when somebody likes to physically light fire in other people's property, light fire in people's relationship, cause friction, that fire, don't worry, in your next life, I will show you on your body the result of that trend, that behavior. You love it, you like it, don't worry, it will mark you. Why would God make somebody flawed? In other religion, you hear God makes us in his image and he makes us perfect. Which one are we perfect? Which person doesn't have an ailment or some genetic disorder or some disposition to some sickness and God make you? This is where that comes from. And the parent has to pay for it. The child represents a potential of goodness and great things. But when you have the opposite, when the child becomes truthfully disappointed, the parent has to account to God for the mistakes this child make. Mother Earth is about to account, and Krsna came down from Garud to listen to her prayer. Till today, this passage, this Bhumi Stotra, or Mother Earth prayer, is used when the child happens to die before the parent. You go to a funeral, depending on who dies, if it's an older person, if it's a kidnapped victim, if it's a person who drowned and maybe we don't have the body, the funeral looks different. If it's a suicide case, the funeral is different. If it's a Panchak funeral is different. Some of it you would know. But consider this. If somebody, the body, physical body is missing, as a Hindu, guide me here now. There is no physical body to do the funeral. How to do the funeral? Remember what this crazy pundit telling you. Take a bundle of doob grass and you call the soul, just like what you do when you light the diya when the person passes away. You call the soul to sit in this grass. This becomes the body. The shoebox, there's no coffin now. If you buy a coffin, you buy a coffin for a bundle of grass. They use a shoebox and they put tikka and perfume just like what we would do with the corpse. The whole funeral is done on that bundle of grass. They burn the grass, ashes in water and all of that. And from there we continue with Pinda, 10 days, 13 days up the road. There are differences depending on who has passed away and how the funeral looks. But when the child happened to die before the parent, when the parent lives and has to see the death of the child, this passage where Mother Earth pray, where she is begging for the forgiveness of her child and she is begging for the life of the living grandchild. Narakasura is the one who died, but he has a son, Bhagadatta, and she is begging, intervene please and spare this child. This grandchild is innocent. The father makes some mistakes and you come today to adjudicate and judge, but please forgive and do not allow subsequent death in this family. Please put your hands together. We're just going to do 3 verses. Namaste Deva Devasya Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Bhakte Choyapi Rupaya Paramatmane Namostute Nama Pankaj Bhya Nama Pankaj Malini Nama Pankaj Netraya Namastute Pankaj Grahitam Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Vishnave Purushaya Devaki Nandanaya Puravate Nama. Praises unto you, O Krishna. Blessed is the person who says this prayer. In total 8 verses, we just did 3. Blessed is the person that they never have to have the experience of living and seeing their child in the coffin. For children to understand, to see the death of their child. The mother is saying, I called you here, but in my wildest dreams, I didn't think I was going to call you to kill my child. I did not think my child would end up on the other side of you. I thought my children would have been on the side of God and God fearing and goodness. But sinful parents, karma, sinful parents, live to see the corpse, live to see the body, live to see the entire prayer, the shroud of their children. And if the prayer of this mother, O Kanha, O Krishna, O Govind, if this prayer has any value, bless people that they do this prayer that I am doing, that I am saying, that we've just chanted some of, that they don't have to go through this type of experience. She says, I do not wish this on any parent, or as a woman, she's saying on any mother, but parent. I do not wish for a parent to live to see that all the doting and all the gift giving and all the love and all the hope that you had when you whispered the first prayer in the child's ear, when you did all of this and you had hope, don't live to see that child bash that hope. To see what you called a devta. People in our dharma, we worship children, we bow to children, we beg God, when I arti this child, this innocence, the innocence is the murti I am bowing to. Maybe big people might have selfish ways, maybe big people might have lustful ways, but little children are not mad by that. So I'll do their arti, boy, girl, regardless. But what about when that innocent devta transforms into a demon or a demoness? No matter what sanskar I did, no matter what effort I put, this child went on a wayward track. And I know, oh Krishna, it is because of my fault. It is because of my karma. It says that the mother is the one you work for. The womb you come from, how does God know where to put you? Depending on your karma, you get into this lady or maybe this lady. What's the difference? One lady wanted to teach you about table manners, and the other lady didn't think that was important. For example, one lady would be the type, hello, don't beat your wife. Don't lie to your wife. Don't fight your sister. Don't fight your brother. Do not be so crass and ravenous that you don't have any compassion with the pet. In different ways, the mother is the person who trains the person to be better, to be more than you are born with. It is a time of training. This life is really spent in training. The first teacher, where they say, Twameva Mata, Ma use my first God, Ma use my first Guru. But chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita says, if you want to know really what is Kali Yuga, let the lady in the family, the mother in your home, let that lady stop doing her job. Let that lady just pull back and decide that I am not going to put you on a platform where you will know right from wrong. You will not know what to do in a given scenario. There are things that only a mother could teach you. Toilet manners, consideration, compassion at a young age. You thirsty, the dog thirsty too, babe. Take out some for the dog, for the bird. Little things that start from young that allow you to learn to love something else. When you're already as a man, that already set inside of you. And the I and he talks about it in Gita. He says, oh, when you grow up and you already have this hateful way about you, it's only how much I win, how much I destroy, who I conquer. But if the mother teach you that everything is important, yes, you're going to win, that you don't have to kill or you don't have to harm somebody else for you to be good or for you to be up. Somebody have to sink. You have to belittle somebody. Today, we live in a world where we have bullying rampant, boy and girl alike. For some people to fit in and feel good, you have to ridicule another person. Whether caste, color, creed, money, you name it. Fat, thin, tall, fair, dark. You find a reason to belittle somebody, and believe me, people will do it. Why? Because when I make you look small, I will look big. But when the mother train the person, see the good in everybody, respect everybody, have that consideration, and that lady does her job, and the qualities of this which she bake in she belly is really sweet, then everybody go what I keep. But if it's bitter like lime, may I know how much sale you might get. Mother Earth says, I prostrate my head at your feet, and I ask you to humbly forgive me for making this as a son. I added to the burden of bad with this child. I have made you come to fight Satyabhama, your queen, who is soft and gentle, who does not know the art of war, had to come and face my child. The divinity has to come in this female persona on the earth to rope in my child. My child is so out of control. Today I've brought back all the things that he stole. He did not want to hear. He did not want to take advice. What makes the person demonic? When you fight the little blessings that God is still trying. Listen, hello, take a little advice. Come on. You don't have to go down that road. And you are adamant. No, I am a big man. And if I want to rape, harm, damn, bad, I am going to do it. When you are adamant, when Ravan did it, that is what he did. A person can make a mistake. But when advice and good advice come, the person treats that advice as if it is the worst medicine being administered to them. She says, I tried in different ways. In Ramayana, in Ramayana it tells you Sam, Dhan, Dhand, and Bed. 4 methods of coercing somebody to do better. Talk to them lovingly, like a child. I don't want you to do this again. The same message, talk stern when that don't work. The third way, try to bribe them. If you pass your exam, PlayStation is yours, partner. You give me this, I'll give you that. And the fourth way, when the person doesn't want to listen, when the person just is disheartened, then you as the parent have a responsibility to take drastic action. Done means stick. When stick cannot work, tell me you take away the cell phone, take away something. Then all you are doing, let me just say, this is what I as a parent have. I'll leave it for you, don't worry. You just beat me, but I'll leave it for you. The pot, the terrier, the loader, the sill, the mortar, the pestle, I've given you everything. No matter how you behave, I'll give you it. What you are doing is feeding a monster. And when they don't collect everything they have to collect from you, then it's going to be your turn to get licks. Today you're living in a world where many elders are ill-treated because you didn't give me enough, or you don't give me. People are afraid to sign over a deed because when you do that, that's it. If we get brutally honest in the world that we are living in, the day you do not have value for some children, you're in trouble. This is why Hindu people need to stop ill-speaking old age homes. If I were to reach in a position of wearing pampers, and I'm saying this openly, it is better you put me in the care of somebody who is capable with patience to care, clean, feed, care for the person. Rather than to keep up appearances, we are not giving up the mother. We want to keep her, we want to keep the father, but I scorn him. I doesn't want to feed me. We're eating 3 times for the day for. And with that ridicule, the person becomes a burden, to be honest. That burden, you just tolerate them when the deed are there in your hand. But when the deed come, well, you live a long life, Dad. Pandit, you could come and let me do guitar part, and what have to happen, happen. That time, the person is shuffled off. So if in our culture today, where people are having less and less children, be fair. You'll have less and less hands to help. We already seen it in prayers. How much people, when you have prayers, is come to help you share with the chana bowl like long time? How many people would go to our prayers to help share or clean or fix? Those days are done. That culture is done. The circle of cousins are no longer there to help you do anything when you have a praise. Worse wedding, worse some get together. Now we have to do service line. Now you have to hire people to serve the food if you're lucky. With the changing in time, you hear people say Kali Yuga. But just now, part of temple will have to become an old age home. You doubt it. But imagine in different parts of the world, the old age home has a whole course. I'm treated with respect. I'm with people I could laugh and lie, people who understand my circumstance. And maybe I'm in the Sri Krsna Ashram, maybe I get in the Sri Krsna old age home where it's vegetarian food. Imagine I'm a vegetarian and in my old age I have to be fed pork and beef. If you don't want it, that is you. Well, what would you say? Starve today? You have no choice. So when we reach at that time and that way, don't be surprised, but you will reach there just now. If we are already there already. Mother Earth recites this stotra. And she begged. She says, further, do not damn my grandson, Bhagadatta. Don't damn the generation because of the sin of one child. Put your hand together. This is valuable for everybody here. Tasya manoyaham tara pandurangaye jam beta prabhu data ye bhagadata prasiddha tatpalam ye na kuru hasta pankaj shariram yamanye kela kala Papa bhakshnaye tam Shri bhumata bhusuktam Pachanti sampurnam pujitam yaham. Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. When the tree has a disease in one branch, you don't cut down the whole tree. You surrender that branch. Today I commit the soul of my son. I commit him to you. You take care of him. He died at your hands. May you always be referred as Murari. That don't matter how vicious, how cruel, how without feelings, no remorse, no compassion, no sympathy, no empathy, no consideration. None of these things. There are some people, when they have an argument in the marriage, well, boy, if I did do that same thing you do, how you feel? It have some people who would empathize and say, yes, I wouldn't like it. And then it have some people, oh, well, that wouldn't happen, so I don't have to think about that. I'm beyond correction. I'm wrong and I'm strong with it. So I'm not going to change. In the same way, when one branch of the tree, the whole, is damaged, surrender that branch. But please do not allow this curse in this family, Naraka, do not allow that curse to fall on the life of the sons, the children. I put my head, and from my belly I beg you, save my family. Don't allow them to continue with this sinful and impure lifestyle. For the grace that you show my family now in this moment, I bless the name Murari, that the person who calls upon you, the person who listens to this discourse, the person who chants this prayer with humility and devotion, just as how I am embarrassed and I am let down because of my son's behavior and all that he did, she opens the dungeon of where the son is living. And if you ever heard Krishna had harbored 16,000 girls, this is where the girls came from. These 16,000 girls are the trophies of Naraka when he invades. Just as we were talking earlier about the different types of wedding, the 8 types of wedding, there's a type of wedding when a person invades a place and they go and they beat everybody. They take a bride from that place so that that area now is linked by family. And you cannot harm, damn, wage war within your family. So it was a political move that was used in our Dharma. And he attacked and he raped and plundered so many that all these girls were kept there. In Padma Puran, when they were doing this part and they tried to free them, Krishna says, go back to your homes, you're free. And the girls tell him, where would we go? Our fathers would not take us back. We were living for so many years in this man's kingdom. They would look at us as belonging to this Narakasura. Which husband would want us again after this? To be honest, we are lost now. We are locked up there and we were like prisoners of war. We are free now and we are still in a position where we cannot say we have a home or a root. In Bhagavad, he says, from today you will live as queens in Dwarka. And he built separate housing for each one of them and kept them under his protection. When she opened the door, she says, I return everything, all that my son did wrong. And in this way, when people remember that name, Murari, when people sing that name, think about the value for you. Think about, by listening to this discourse, understand that it is an opportunity to pray for peace in your family. When that child is going wayward and going off track and becoming a monster, and the sad thing is, they don't see the opportunities they are wasting and squandering. You know the old saying, you have to burn to learn? It seems as if in this Kali Yuga, we are being covered with people that have to burn, get damaged, lose years of their life in wasted relationship and wasteful time. And then one day, like the dear light, they realize, oh, you know, I shouldn't do that. Blessed is the parent that used this prayer that Mother Earth created, that whether it is intoxicating honey or some form of hallucinogen that the person becomes addicted to. I'm giving you something here for the person that says, my son is addicted to liquor or to this drug or to this type of practice like gambling, and I wish I could do something. Is there something I could do? Yes, I'm answering you now. That if the person practice we talk about fasting and being calm, be humble when you are saying this prayer. Conduct yourself. Imagine I came to prayers in the temple, but I spoke down to a member of the temple. You talk to Pandit with regard and nice and, you know, full respect and everything, good. But the little person or the little child or this person who bring in the little water, what I'm to you, stupid? This way you gonna bring for a big man? This? Then you're in the company to get the full reward, but imagine you just throw away 50%. Because of your abhiman, because of your pride, that simple language, I am better than you. You are less than me. And for that reason, it is okay to talk to you in this way and in notation. Indra appeared and he even asked on behalf of Mother Earth, Prabhu, Lord of Dwarka, have mercy on this mother. She is riddled with pain. The earth is covered with destruction, and you came to help. Help her now. Free her from the tears that she is crying. Allow her to know that her child would not suffer the same fate as the father. And one by one, all the earring, all the different things this man had stolen, she gives it back to him. In his name, chanting his name, calling his name. Sukdev Goswami says, O Parikshit, that person who hears, listens, Shravanam. Remember, there are different ways to pray. And the reason when we go to Yagya and the person sits in the audience listening, you have to understand we associate, yes, I put sindoor saffron, that is one way of doing prayer. But another way of doing prayer is using your ears, allowing it to get in and stay. Meaning, maybe you tell somebody tomorrow, maybe a little bit, you're going to remember a little inca amount. And you get the blessing as what? As if you were sitting by the Bedi. This is why, whether we are in the temple or you happen to hear pundits saying it on television or the radio, the listening is what gives the blessing that you are looking for. Is another way. If you do puja and you finish, you want to get parsad. When you get the parsad, boy, I get my blessing. Everything that you are doing, you are hunting for betterment. So we are finding ways to package it and get it to you to help you improve in your life. In this way, everybody put your hand. Final verse here. Blessed is the person that listens to the origin of Murari, listening to the battle where Satyabhama went to war with Krishna on the back of Garud, where the Sudarshan Chakra was used to destroy Narakasura, the son, the potent son of Prithvi Mata. For this reason, when people worship the earth, by doing her prayer, the person is able to rid their family of impediments. So you will hear people say, when we do Deep Puja, when we do Prithvi Puja, when we do this type of prayer, our family has continuity. Our family is extended. And it is coming from this discourse where she interacts with Krishna. She gives him the name Murari. And the person who hears this prayer be blessed and saved from this type of destruction where the parent or the older generation has the hurtful experience of seeing their younger ones die and have to burn before them. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari. Rama Krishna
Hare Mukunda Murari.
Panduranga Panduranga Panduranga
Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare.
Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna
Sing for him a little bit.
Hare.
Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare.
Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. Vittal Vittal Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam
Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam
Radha Madhava Radhe Shyam
Radha Madhav Radhe Shyam. Sing for him everybody.
Ram Sita Ram
Sita Ram Sita Ram
Sita Vallabh Sita Ram
Sita Vallabh Sita Ram.
Radha Mukund Radhe Shyam
Radha Mukund Radhe Shyam.
Radha Govind Radhe Shyam
Radha Govind Radhe Shyam.
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Vrindavan Govinda
Vrindavan Govinda
Krishna Mukunda
Krishna Mukunda Hey Nanda Nandana Oh Nanda Nandana Oh Nanda Nandana
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Radhe Govinda
Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari
Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari
Rama Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Maybe we live in a time, as I conclude, maybe we live in a time, earlier we were talking in that discourse how Krishna loses his son. He's kidnapped. 6 days after the child born, somebody kidnapped the child. Excuse. And as I said, it's very hard as a pundit to go and tell a parent in that scenario, well, you know, this is karma. And we talked about Pandit BP and his son. Komal Maharaj is somebody I saw grow up. Videsh Maharaj, Pandit Mohan's son, the one they killed in Sisters Road. We used to call him Jesus because of his long hair and beard and all that. And we live in a time where parents have to see these type of incidents. And before it reach to your yard, because we are normal, we good. And the reason why we good is because we safe and we are okay. Until it happens to you. Then you look for support, you're looking for praise, you're looking for avenues to get help. You're following anybody, you're harassing Ian Allen, you're looking for anybody to hear you. And maybe that is the procedure to get the help, I agree. But rather than be reactive, I get burns, I'm putting cream on my hand. Proactive, don't put your hand in the fire in the first place. Don't wait until you have family trouble to then go and try to learn a prayer that may prevent the trouble in the first place. Stop being a stranger to your God. Stop being a stranger to pray and see the application of the little things such as Murari, the bhajan that we all chant, into the life that you're living. Because the day you have stress, a debt, some difficulty, it might be very hard to sing a bhajan that deep. Vindravan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Tonight, as we get ready for Aarti, Mommy Baba is saying there's a little test. These children may know what kind of concoction they're making, but they're experimenting with the parsad. So yesterday morning, they took ripe fig, and just as they throw the flour in the ghee, to explain what they did, they patch the flour and the fig together, cook it. So inside the parsad, you saw fig, ripe fig, and parsad. Naturally sweet, less sugar, but potent. It is something that is used in prayer. Lunchtime, they put mango. Evening time, they put pineapple. Fresh fruit, nothing preserved now. Today, they put something. I get a note here. They put something in your parsad. I don't know. When you taste it, pay attention to what you taste. Sometimes we just take the prasad for granted. Prasad means something God touched. It is blessed. You bow to it first to repeat for people who missed it. You're accepting your blessing. Pay attention to what you eat and enjoy it. And when you taste it, tell me what you think. Because they want some feedback for their recipes. Everybody, I'm enjoying doing this discourse, and I hope you have the time to continue to join. Trust me, we say we believe in Krishna and we are Hindus, but we are scraping the surface when it comes to our knowledge. We have many gaps in terms of what we know and what we should know. And there are a lot of things that are bombarding our families now. And the answers have been in these texts, waiting for you to activate and access it so that you could use it in the life that you're living. Come tomorrow. It's just, we done what? Today's 12. We're only doing 21 sessions of Bhagavad. We're closing already. Please come, accept the invitation. You know how all the work these children doing a wonderful job. Please clap for all these young people. Every day, last year we fight a little bit with the alarm clock to get them to get up, because Baba, another young person, is here every day at 5:30 conducting puja. These children are waking up 4 o'clock in the morning on a daily basis to make sad. You know the big paratha roti tower? Imagine you're in the company of young people, Terence, throwing 4 and 5 sada roti at once, seeking on one of those big tower. And the lovely thing with our summer camp is when they finish, because of what we're cooking, when they walk away, I don't have to worry. They could cook this takari, that takari. It's not chana and aloo by no means. Enjoy your food tonight and know who make it. These children are doing a wonderful job, and God bless the parents. I clap for parents who make the time and sacrifice. Everybody has a busy schedule. To run home and wash and come here and slave and do is a lot. But for some parents, they put priority. And God bless them. They'll smile one day because of the qualities their children will have. God bless everybody. Let's all stand as we do closing arati. And we get ready to clean up and do it again tomorrow. Everybody, you're doing arati. Put your hand to your chest and take this pundit's stupid advice. When you came here tonight, many people have stress. Many people have worries. Think about our conversation. Look at your feelings. We're talking about death and bad children, but feel the calmness you are currently feeling. But when you put life in perspective and you see that things could be worse, close your eyes right now. 1 second, nothing long, nothing too bothersome, and just say, Lord Krsna, my name is, and I get to come in your prayers. Thank you for that. I'm going to eat something. Thank you for that. Bless me, please. Don't let me have to cry to see hardship and plunder and damn and damage. We're trying, everybody trying to make more, have more, get more education, get more business, more money, everything. That is our perseverance. That is our goal. But God, I don't want the ambition to have and to keep and to grow, to get more fit. I don't want all these different avenues to make me into a target, to make my family into a target, to make us, God, we just pray, God bless your children, your girl children to be good looking. Don't make that a reason that she's watched and then preyed upon as a piece of meat. Please don't make the women in our families an asset to people with prying eyes. Please protect, whether they are here or elsewhere. Protect our family and protect us from those type of events. You know what you have to talk. Let me just sing Mariti and you say a prayer and we'll close now. Jai Jai Bhagavat Bhagavan ki hai aarti. Papiyon ko paap se hai taarti. ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल के आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला सुख करनी है जो कहरनी,
सुख करनी है जो कहरनी।
ये मधुसूदन की आरती,
पापियों को पाप से तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती,
पापियों को पाप से तारती।
ये मधुर बोल जग पंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जग बंद बोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़े को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही।
प्रभु की महिमा के आरती,
पापियों को पाप से तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती,
पापियों को पाप से तारती।
पापियों को पाप से है
तारती। पापियों को पाप से तारती।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, everybody, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च
सखा त्वमेव,
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रविणं त्वमेव,
त्वमेव सर्वं,
मम देव देवा।
त्वमेव सर्वं,
मम देव देवा।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति, everybody, शान्ति हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, श्री आदि शक्ति माता की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम। सीताराम everybody. Please have your seat.